dousing, bright bits of bone, fingers of compost, the carcass of a rabbit the cat killed weeks ago. Dust petals spiral in the air, breathe in the perfect fragrant helix. Set down the shears, abandon the sweating bucket for a better view. The journey to paradise is short. Here is where the unmapped fields are mouths of red and purple worms, and blowflies, blue as royalty, lead the way. To beetle, drum, and scrape, they lift their dim gray hands to count the heaps and sing the broken teeth of who knows what and who knows how. Best to mortar blackened bones together, brick like knuckled brick, and knotted joint into the last man, the last stand, booted out in a blaze of glory. All for one for the history books, but never mind, trill the troubadour arthropods, and I agree. Fat happy, gloss feathered, beak deep in the rich clotted dark, I am a patient chef in the musical iron steam of the abattoir, the scribe of the crumpled field, the soft ground soap in red confusion. Off with the heads of the rusted red streams, lost in the feet of the leafless hills that sag and slump to the ground, taken. There is no slant obelisk or wall scribbled scratch to say, here is where. I sail, I scan, I crouch on the stained brown sand. I sharpen my claws and quills. Stone, flesh, paper, it is all the same. I'll hum while I straddle each page. Throat, eyes. How many millions are trapped in the larynx, I feel? The hum and taut chords chants against the fingers on the throat. The chain's black bruise, a furrowed burn, the hyoid fragile as a wing. There's little enough room in one small sinewy box for so many complaints, attempts to flee, to make it out in time as they move restless under the skin, and borrow my eyes to look at the abandoned world they miss. A lover's body, a favorite tree, the color blue. I am an eco-tourist of the unspeakable, who stops at a cobbled cafe for lunch and a scene gosse to write a poem for those who have no fingers. Maybe I should get a real job, like the escritorios that catch my eye when I walk under the heavy arches of the colonnade, their charming antique signs suspended in disbelief. Santo Domingo, you have a lot to answer for. The savor and exalted stink of incense, smoky heretics fed to the sanctifying flame, books at their feet for kindling. Today, scribes sit in the hot shade on folding metal chairs, hopeful old typewriters poised on rickety tables waiting for a paying customer. One wears a green checked shirt and his smile has a gold tooth. Juanita, te amo, you are the light of my life, my son who makes the poetry in me rise. I am a good typist who uses all 10 fingers. This piece is titled Rising. The marsh washes away. It is spring and brown pelicans hover in search of last year's land, clutched in the tangled fingers of oiled black mangroves. Cover it with the blind gulf. An old clock tower stands marooned, sailor on his watch, hands frozen to his salt face where GPS declares the waves to be land. Small figures retreat into caves, into hills, carrying rakes, hoes, the sweat on their backs to be earned. We must learn from the ants that the bird's eye view is clearest, and the solitary egret stands in aquifer water. This moment is irreplaceable. All clocks measure time retroactively. The now exists before it can be calculated. An abandoned dock splinters in the harsh sun, its gray bones relaxing. Supplicant, 2 parts. 1, morning in the hotel. for 2 days beyond price, beyond the solitary oysters, tears of pearl, and Houston's heaping tenfold. I shop discriminate in the lingual world of hotel breakfast battle. Je suis très faim y donde están los baños? Exotic to the untrained ear. Chinese, Arabs, Shai Thai, a Russian, a pair of blameworthy Brits at a table. Oh, speak to me the common petro-dialect, the blind zone, terminal, abandonment cost. A Turk in a fat silk tie prunes love to his phone, a Starbucks on his daddy knee. I'd slip a sweet date in his hand for that, the glossy wave, the candy-colored nausea. It breaks and swells, shining tie-dyed flotsam, jetsam, artfully distressed, tidal bergamot and cinnabon, bracelets with charm. Cling to the high-strapped shoes on sale and hope for rescue. 2, evening at the mall. A woman in a hijab holds a child by the hand, entranced at Dior's wonders under guarded glass. All signs say it's a dazzle-beaded rainbow and a daisy kind of day. Hippie is in and Earth is first. It's all one, so be here now at the Galleria for nothing that is needed for life on this earth. Unfurl the umbrella and prepare to exit left in the late day storm, where a man with a raggedy pack will say, "Give me lunch?" No. Yes. He had a nice smile, and a plumed exhaust of sorry and a hot bag of silver dragged behind my guilty car. I'll track his desert boots to try to bribe our karma. But all dissolved in asphalt shimmer. The gaseous sea rises faster than predicted. How long can you hold your breath? We have 50 years and counting. Fill all available boats and paddle harder, always harder against the breaching current. Prepare to bend on scaly knees to the Creole queen in the starfish crown when she comes to rule underwater in the green Gulf light. Fish flicker under, over the green street sign with her name, Desire, before turning to bed